Hey guys, Phoenix from Tarot. So when I did my last reading into Diddy, and that was predicting the outcome of the trial, I did it 5 months ago. I did it on Cassie's first or second day of giving evidence, right? And what I said at the time, well, firstly, I made the prediction that things were not going to go as people felt it was going to go. So remember, he was on the racketeering conspiracy, which was 20 years, the sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, which was a minimum of 15 years, transportation to engage in prostitution, which was up to 10 years. So all in all, he was facing up to 45 years in prison after all the police raids by Homeland Security on all his properties. They really built it up to be a big thing. And at the time, I said the prosecution had a weak hand. It's not going to go the way people expected it to go. He was not going to get as much time as people expected him to get. And so all of that is proven to be true. But something else that I said in May, which I want to pick up on in this reading, which I think is very important, was that it was as if the prosecution and the defense allegedly were speaking to each other in a way that shouldn't be allowed, like they were in cahoots with each other. And it was as if they were in cahoots, but as if there was someone overseeing all of them and organizing them to be in cahoots. So basically what we were looking at was a sham. It was a sham trial from the very beginning, allegedly, from my perspective. So, and from the messages that I channeled from my guides. So we went from someone looking upwards for 45 years to getting 4 years and 2 months. How did we actually get here? So that's what this reading is going to be about. So I'm going to pick up from the last reading. Now that time has passed and a lot of the predictions have come through, I want to pick up on the key points, which were the fact that everyone there knew it was a sham. The fact that Diddy himself was even very much to the forefront of manipulating and negotiating a lot of this. But when he got that 4 years, that to him even came as a surprise. He didn't expect that, because it's as if, even though the prosecution at the time was saying 11 years, it was as if he really did expect to get off. Like they'd given this to me now. He received assurances that he was going to get out and he was going to walk. And they pulled it. And they pulled it. They're going to give it to me when we get into the readings. Okay. So Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels of the highest light, of the highest divine frequency, please protect myself. Please protect and bless those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages of the highest accuracy, the highest truth. May we only... Yeah, that's what I mean by the sun. He wanted to get off. Ace of Cups, he expected to get off. May we only channel messages of the highest divine light, of the highest truth, of the highest accuracy. Please provide nuance into this situation. May what is hidden from the collective at this point in time be revealed. May what is hidden come to light, so that we as a collective can understand what is actually happening, for the elevation of our conscious awareness, for the expansion of our awareness as well, broadening and expanding our ability to see truth for what it is. Thank you. Okay, so okay. So, at the beginning I said that something was a sham, or this was allegedly. All messages in this reading are alleged until proven fact. And also to say, I am just reading the energies. I'm just reading the cards. I'm not taking one person's side over another. I'm not saying that what Cassie was going through or what the Jane Does went through didn't deserve to be prosecuted. I'm not saying anything of that, right? That's low-hanging fruit. I'm not dealing with that here. We all know it's despicable. I have so many readings that I've done on Diddy where I've said the way he goes about things is despicable. It's, I've said all of that already, okay? We just want to get underneath to the nugget and the root of all of this now. All right, so What I'm seeing with this death card is that this was purposely brought about to cut someone down to size. It was, they're showing me like a snakes and ladders board and someone being like a ladder, you get pushed up and it's someone, but they're not showing me sliding down a snake. It's not that. It's literally being kicked down a ladder. It's wanting to humiliate someone. It's wanting to show their power and their control. I would even go on to say this. You know that Hollywood, for the large part, have more or less been quiet. Like, no one's come out to condemn. No one's really come out to support him, but with the exception of Kanye, and he even did that fleetingly. Like, there's at least no one that really mattered anyway. Like, no one of that prestige and influence and power, right? Everyone's been more or less silent or mute. So a lot of it with this situation, and I've said this in previous readings before, it's paying attention to not what's said, but paying attention to what's not unsaid. It's paying attention to what we don't see, right? That is what we really need to pay attention to here. It's literally like Diddy was used as an example, so to speak, of someone, and everybody knows who this person is. So when I talk about that person that controlled allegedly the prosecution and the defense, it's like everybody who is in the know in Hollywood knows who this person or group of people are. Right? And it's that's responsible for this. And all of this that we're seeing with the courtroom and the court of law and the raids and everything else, all of that was brought about to show for someone flexing their muscles, someone showing just how much power they have to create and destroy someone. Also, it's a matter of there is a message that they're giving me in terms of the skeleton someone has in their closet. Like with a lot of people how should I phrase this? Okay, I'm just going to say it and hopefully it comes out in a way that you guys understand. A lot of people, to get where they are, they have skeletons in their closets, and skeletons in their closets are what you could use to hold above someone's head. And it's almost as if that debauchery or those skeletons, it's almost as if the energy vibration that they surround themselves in, it's almost as if those skeletons are like, it doesn't matter if you have them. You get lulled into that false sense of belief that it doesn't matter having these skeletons. But it's like when somebody's ready to get rid of you, ready to press a button on you, there is just so much that's had to throw at a person. They're giving me the Taylor Swift song. I think it was off her new album, Life of a Showgirl, which is about her friend being cancelled, and it's about Icarus flying too close to the sun. She has a line in there where she was talking about, oh gosh, a friend who is bringing this lawsuit. Oh, hang on, let me just check, because they're showing me the Taylor Swift album and they're showing me cancelled, and they're showing me the line. Oh gosh, let me cancelled lyrics. Blake Lively, yes, it was about Blake Lively. And they're showing me the lyrics about cancelled and about flying too close to the sun. So it's like, what happens to you when you fly too close to the sun? What happens to you when you dare bite the hand that feeds you? They're also telling me as well that in terms of the raid, because they're bringing me to the raid, there is something about, so you know that De Leon court case that Diddy won. It wasn't even hugely publicized that he won it. But in that case, and they give me the term arbitration or negotiation, or there was something, not even the actual court case itself, but in the lead up to the court case, it was revealed that Diddy had some information. And a lot of those raids were to get that information. Like he held information, very damaging information, like almost they're showing me information that could collapse. Like they're showing me like, you know, when you do the demolition on a building, they're almost showing me like this person or this structure or this entity is very powerful. And they're showing me that Diddy had power. And they're showing me a building being the demolition of a building, like it collapsing. And what they're telling me is that this building is like almost like the building everyone knows. It's almost like in the UK, the equivalent of Buckingham Palace. And I'm not saying it's Buckingham Palace. I'm just saying it's a building of notoriety. They're giving me Well, I'm not saying that it's an actual building in itself. I'm saying they're using the building as a metaphor, that the person that Diddy, or the group of people with this Ten of Pentacles that Diddy had information on, were very powerful. Like, and everybody knows them. So it's like us knowing a building. It's like us knowing the Twin Towers. It's like us knowing the Champs-Élysées in Paris. It's like us knowing Buckingham Palace. Like, it's like what Diddy had information on, or the group of people they had information, he had information on, was so ingrained in our consciousness, our psyche, that if it was revealed, it was like that information that Diddy had coming out would be like the collapse of them. And like people, we wouldn't even be able to cope. So it's like Diddy flew too close to the sun where it came to a group of people here. What they're also saying with this Two of Pentacles underneath is, and this is the group of people here, and that's Diddy there. It's like Diddy was showing them, or almost playing with them or toying with them, that he had this information. Dare I say, it's because of that information, that is how Diddy was able to win that court case in the first place. Sorry, allegedly, again, allegedly, that's what they're giving me, allegedly. In terms of Diddy assuming that he would have been able to, the reason why Diddy assumed that, or his team assumed, but I must say Diddy assumed that he was going to be out on good behavior, or he was going to be released and not serve any more time, is because if you look at this, it's like Diddy with the Knight of Swords. Swords is about communication, airing thoughts, exchanges, etc. And he had communicated with these people, you know, and it was to say, look, I learned my lesson. It's fine. I'll get back in my box. That's okay. I would pick up. Yeah, but that's in the Ten of Wands. I've picked up from where we left off, and I would just build myself back up again. I would be in my box. I would be very well behaved. You tell me what direction you want me to go in. You tell me what you want me to do. Right? So, hang on, let me pull this up. So that's what he had done with these people. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're saying, people think, oh, it's a prosecution, it's the defense, and they're separate, and both of them are fighting for justice on their side. No. There wasn't any sides in this, allegedly. In terms of reading the energies of the situation, the energies of the cards, I wasn't seeing any sides. Right? So with the lovers in this case is talking about being in cahoots, or being in cahoots with these people with the Ten of Pentacles. So he was in cahoots. They were negotiating. And remember when I was talking about the defense and the prosecution, and let's say there was an entity over or above them? That's that entity. This Lover's card really depicts it well. You had the defense, you had the prosecution, but there was someone sitting over both of them. And notice we had the clouds, almost like a veil, blinding us from seeing this additional entity that was controlling the prosecution and the defense. So it's like, to me, it was a sham. And that's where I'm getting that from, allegedly again. But let's come back to this. So it's like Diddy was going in and he was like negotiating. Yes, I've learned my lesson. I've done this, I've done that. You tell me what I need to do. You tell me where I need to go. I would fall in line. You know, he had literally prostrated himself to them. You are the ruler. You run things. Notice Diddy has gotten the Justice card twice. Like, these people own the system. These people that were depicted here behind, like, they're almost godlike. Behind the veil, behind the cloud that we can't see them, they're almost godlike. The Justice card has come up twice. They run this system. Diddy, being chained, went to them and said, look, you know, and I'm not saying that Diddy did, like every single charge that was brought against Diddy, he did, basically. He did them. Like, Diddy should be facing up to 45 years or more in prison. They're giving this to me now. He did do it. They made stuff allegedly disappear. That's what we're seeing. Because they wanted to teach him a lesson. With this Ten of Swords here, we have two Justice cards. So to get two Justice cards in Diddy's energy, there is something about karmic retribution. So it's being done on that level because he's done wrong. But there's another justice. It's like over justice. It's like karmic overload. Not karmic overload. That's not the right term. But this other justice card that's coming through against him, it's something about him flying too close to the sun, him overplaying his hand, and it's another set or another entity putting him back in his box, basically. And again, we have that person with wings here, we have that person with wings here. It's like someone floating above, someone in control, someone in charge, someone pulling the strings. Okay. All right, let us get into this. So, for goodness sake. Yeah, oh my goodness. Did you see that card that just slipped and fell on the floor? Look at that, 10 of Pentacles. That's my spirit guide doing a double confirmation for me. So 3 different decks. And so we have 3 different decks, right? I'm shuffling on camera. We have 2 cards, 2 of the same cards that come up from the same deck. We had the Justice card come out twice, and now we have the 10 of Pentacles that have come up twice. These represent the people they have. This is called legacy wealth. They have legacy wealth. It's generational wealth. It's generational control. They're showing me like the continent of America. It's like they're giving me the number 7, the number 7 or the number 8. But number 7 or 8, I'm not sure. They haven't settled on which. In terms of like they are the founding, they give me the term founding members or founding people, or like these people are scattered, or families or groups or entities, they're scattered around the world and they own things and they run things. So that's why they're giving me the 10 of Pentacles twice to represent that. And it's a group of people, it's like groups of people, it's entities of people. And it's like, it may be one major person or it may have been 2 major people that Diddy was. Yeah, and it may very well possibly be 2 because we have that with the 2 of Pentacles and we have it with the Lovers representing 2. And this is where we're talking about flying too close to the sun. It's like he rattled a cage, or he went up against people that he should not have gone up against. Too big for your boots. It's like a Stormzy song that they're giving me now. Like, you're too big for your boots is yeah. Okay. Thank Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Thank you for those messages so far. What else can you give? What else could you give about this in this situation? So what's in the future for Diddy? Let's go into that. What's in the future for Diddy? Nine of Cups sideways. Oh my goodness. You guys know I don't do reversals, so I'll take these as reverse. So we have the Nine of Cups sideways, the Page of Swords, and the Sun. What this is saying to me, this may be in the runnings already, but would there be more lawsuits brought out? Oh my goodness, guys, they were just guiding me to look at this deck, 10 of Pentacles again. On 3 decks, we have, all 3 decks now, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This actually is freaking me out. This is freaking me out. These people are freaking me out. It's like they have eyes, ears everywhere. There is no reach that they don't have. Is what I'm hearing. This is actually like I'm feeling fear in the pit of my stomach, even going into this energy. For some reason, in terms of the future of Diddy, he feels that this doesn't look good. I mean, the sun in any reading is fine. It's someone making the best out of a bad situation and being resourceful. It's someone starting to put dreams and plans and aspirations and so on together. But in terms of what manifests and what's able to come through and what's able to happen, it's completely under the control of these people. Completely under the control of these people. Diddy's life is not his own anymore. It's those people. So he is going to be negotiating for his life. He's going to be giving over whatever information, other information he has. He's going to toe the line. He's going to speak from the same hymn sheet that everyone else does. That's what we see coming through. I'm also seeing, and this has been put out there as well, in terms of getting release and time off for good behavior. Let's say we have to see. There's a lot of those things. There's also going to be another petition that's going to be made to contest the sentencing, taken into consideration that I've already served or something like that. There are going to be other asks and other requests that are going to come forward. But as of now, it's the Nine of Cups sideways. So it could go either way in terms of what happens or what doesn't. That negotiation is still happening behind the scenes here. But in terms of yeah, because we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 4, which is talking about his sentence. I don't see him serving the full I don't see him serving the full time at all. So we have this judgment which is rising up and it's being released. So chances are I'm seeing he may not even serve that full 4. Spirit guide, God, and angels, any further messages? There we go. That's the anything else we need to know besides this prison sentence? Yeah, they're continuing. There's something with this Fool and the Moon. To have the Fool and the Moon in your energy is not good. Let's just say that right off the bat. There's something about this Moon and the Fool. Spirit guys, can you? We have to see what this means for his money as well. And his ability to make money, but or whether he's running out of money or his ability to borrow money as well or leverage money against his assets. That's something that I'm also seeing here. But people these days have such a 3-second memory that he may very well be able to start anew, start afresh, rebrand himself, and everyone forgets. And I wouldn't be surprised that happens. Wouldn't be surprised at all. But with that death card shows me someone that is a pariah, basically. Also, I'm seeing someone with the 3 of Cups who, like, they haven't quite learned their lesson in terms of the substance use. I even wonder whether he's on medication in jail, even. Okay, so Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, either medication for depression or something like that. Death card again. Yeah, there's something about getting monies or being able to release monies or how you're going to make money. And like that has come through. Like there's an issue regarding that. I'm not seeing and people icing him out as well from that. I'm not seeing full out destitution just yet. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. Okay, so let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in future readings. Bye for now. Oh, actually, sorry, not gone just yet. Let's dig into what Hollywood thinks. Let's just do a quick round robin on that. So the likes of Jay-Z, the Beyoncés, the Kardashians, everyone so far has been very, very quiet. Let's see whether we can get anything on what they think and how they feel about all of this. So let's go into Jay-Z first because they're showing me his face. So let's go into Jay-Z first. Oh God. All right. Okay, so I'm picking up that in this reading, they're talking about Jay-Z and being able to compartmentalize. Like he compartmentalizes really, really well. Firstly, because I am not seeing Diddy anywhere in Jay-Z's energies whatsoever. Like apparently he always felt that Diddy was sort of like a boy, yeah. So however, he does consider it relatively a win for him that he only got 4 years when you were facing 45. However, I say all that to say, and I do need to do a reading on this. I think Jay Z is more concerned with there is something that Jay Z is asking the powers that be for support and for help regarding something. And I'm wondering whether this is his casino stuff. Like this casino in New York in Times Square, I believe is what it was. It's like that is taking precedence for him right now. What does the turning down of the deal and so on means? So yes, Diddy is out, but Jay-Z has bigger fish to fry. And also with Beyonce, there is something that they don't quite see with this Wheel of Fortune energy. But there's something with Beyonce and this Wheel of Fortune. Do we know whether she's working on something else? It's like she is the ace in the hole. She is like she's the ace in the hole that Diddy doesn't have, so to speak. Like and again, very high up, very senior. The jewel in the crown is the way they see it. They don't rock the boat. It's like, yeah, there's something about rocking the boat or rocking boats or like Jay-Z wanting something and he's very close to rocking the boat with this casino thing have gone bad. It's like that casino deal is again putting someone in their box. Let's just look at this Wheel of Fortune energy here. Yeah, this is what I was saying. It's like, again, we have this justice energy, guys. Hmm. It's like working hard at something, knowing that this could potentially be a success, and with the Lover's card being turned down, and with the Justice, you know how prominent this Justice card energy has been in this reading. It's like many times we're watching things and people not being successful at things, and it's a matter that the powers that be may decide, no, you're not going to have this at this point because, well, just because, right? It's like when you get up to those really high levels, it's It's really not up to you. Yeah, there we go, devil. It's really not up to you anymore, and that's control. And this is what they wanted me to say. It's not up to how hard you work. It's not a matter of how much integrity that you have. It's not a matter of how much money you have or how much influence you have at a particular level. That does not matter. If they can't control you, or if you're not doing or acting in a way that serves them, or just because they feel, well, we don't really want him to go down that route because it's going to mean this, that, and the other. So we'll keep him here for now and we'll just cancel whatever this is. Just because we'll just cancel it. Like that is the level of control that these people have. And it took a while for this devil energy to come out. And even when the devil energy did, look at how it just popped out. Because this energy is so well hidden. We see it every day. We interact with it, or with these people, like these 7, 8 people, and these groups of people. We interact, we feel their influences every day. But it's so well hidden in society, our politics, our economics. We just don't see it. Okay, the Kardashians. So what do the Kardashians think about this? And again, another set of people. I don't know. I just had the thought, let me do this and see what people are saying. And I don't see anyone even. People are just living their own lives, basically. People are just living their life. You know, looking after their businesses, enjoying life. Someone may come through, one of the Kardashian clan will come through and say, yes, they're dating and they would go public and consider settling down with someone. And again, with the women of the family focusing on the monies, focusing on the next frontier, deals, that sort of thing. It's like life as usual, basically. They're okay. Let's look at Cassie's energy. Sister Guys, God and Angels, thank you for that. Let's look at Cassie's energy. Let's look at Cassie's energy and what she thinks about the prison sentence and all of that. Interesting. This is interesting. Cassie's energy is interesting. I'm seeing a lot of shame, betrayal, anxiety, things not going as expected, things not going as they're giving me this phrase, they were promised. That I'm just delivering the messages, guys. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm also seeing someone, and this is out there, it's out in the news, it's out there, but I'm seeing someone who either they still struggle with substance issues or something like that. I think that's out there. I do believe that's out there but I'm seeing it more from suffering from anxiety and suffering from whatever. So, you know, when people keep on saying that as an adult, you have to take responsibility for your actions and blah, 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 blah. Like when it comes to Cassie and what she went through, I it's not that. It's really coercive behavior. It's really abusive behavior. It's really someone being fearful for their life. Like that's what I'm picking up on here. And it's someone who has the knowledge with the high priestess and who has the awareness that this is so much more and so much bigger than what any of us believe it is. A lot of us are looking at this situation from our limited lens and perspective. And that's what I said in my previous reading on this. Like it was a lot of, oh, the sex parties, it's this, it's that. And I kept on saying, look, if you want to be a swinger, if you want to bring people round, if you want to if as long as people are consenting adults, it's up to you. Now, there were people who did not consent. Yes, that's true. But it's so much bigger than that. So much. And she knows this. This is people being passed on. And that's where the Three of Swords, in terms of your, like you feel, I don't know, disappointed and let down by the system. Because it is so much bigger than that 4 years. So much bigger. How could you fumble a case like that, allegedly? And what I'm picking up from this energy here is that someone was given the impression that this was going to be it. Someone was promised this was going to be it. And it's this sense of betrayal and putting themselves out there and not hiding behind a wall, but actually giving their name and talking about what they went through. So making themselves vulnerable because they believed that it would have led to something. They believed that at least the 45 years and everything would be put on the table. Like in her energy, there is a double overwhelming sense of shame and betrayal. What you promised me, what you said would happen, me having my day in court, me being, they give me the term vindicated, but so many other women and people being able to come through and shining a light on this situation and people being able to release this trauma from them, from their souls. Release this rot, shine a light on it. Like that's what she hoped and expected. And it just did not happen. I'm picking up that, like, for her to test, if she, like, this is the way they're giving it to me. If she knew that, okay, if she knew then what she knows now, she would not have put herself in a position of testifying. That's what I'm getting from this. Cassie, that is, number one. Number two, I'm getting something of an additional payout or money that's been given to her. Or something, may not be money, but maybe something else that's being given to her or she may get. A sort of compensation, perhaps. Or something that she's going to be promised, or an opportunity that's going to come through. Yeah, and she may even hear about that, or we may hear about it. It's like it's not quite over for Cassie in terms of Cassie's, just yet. Okay, let's look at JLo. Let's look at JLo and what she thinks. I may need to get another deck, but let's see if we can continue. Let's look at JLo and what she thinks. There's so many people who knew so many things, and like the Justin Biebers, this JLo thing. JLo knows, JLo could have been put on the stand, basically. This could have turned out to be a lot worse for her. It could have been a lot worse for her. But there is, with the Tower reverse, this could have been a lot worse for her in terms of her career and everything else. It could have been a lot worse. And she knows that with the High Priestess. She knows it. She knows it. However, it has damaged her career enough with this Ten of Swords. Notice that both JLo and Cassie have the same sort of energies. They have the same sort of energy of betrayal, but I'm picking up that for JLo, it's something different. It's sort of like, particularly with the Tower, it's her marriage that's linked to it because we have the two here, we have the two people there. And it really, to an extent, it damaged her. It damaged her career. It damaged her marriage to Ben. But in a way, there is a sense of relief that it could have been worse. And she got off. Yes, it's caused some damage, but there is nothing, it's nothing that's not repairable, is what I'm picking. Yeah, there we go. It's nothing that's not repairable with the Magician card. She just needs, at least from her perspective, she just needs to keep on working. She just needs to keep on toiling. But relatively speaking, she got off lightly. Like she could have been in the courtroom. All of that could have happened. And to be fair, when I was shuffling this deck, the Ten of Pentacles did emerge again, around her. So again, these are the powers that be, and they are just like, no, we're not going off to you. Fall in line. So she is able, notice that we have the Chariot and we have the High Priestess, we have the dark and the dark and the light. Irrespective of everything, it's still not going to be, she's still going to try to move forward. But it's almost as if it's up to her how she can do this. It's like the ball is in her court. She is disappointed because it's like almost derailed her career. Like she's hanging on to her career is at the edge of the cliff, basically. She's hanging on to her career by her fingernails, literally. And at one point, she didn't even know with the moon energy whether she was going to be able to get through this or not. But with the Magician, like things are in the works, and that's what she is focused on right now. So after all of this, for him to relatively get off, it's almost as if as well she knew or she had an instinct that this wasn't going to come to anything as well. Yeah, I think she felt that she got off lucky, basically. One thing, she's very determined and hardworking. You could get it in her energy. She's very determined and hardworking. Is there anyone else that we hadn't mentioned? I wonder what Wendy Williams thinks about this. Because Wendy Williams was one of the first to call them out. Let's just see really quickly what Wendy Williams thinks about this. What does Wendy Williams feel? Oh, okay. Then we go look into Justin Bieber. Not really picking up anything in Wendy's energy per se. Not currently. I'm picking up though in terms of like the mind is not her own, which we know, but it's as if her distant memory is. It's interesting, like people talking about having a lucky escape when it comes to him. Again, of being humiliated, but managing to have that lucky escape. And that's through hard work and it's through talent. Because sometimes when your hard work and when your talent is so undeniable, particularly when people can make money from you, that is what keeps you around, right? So again, this is another person where, used his power to sort of embarrass her, to make Wendy Williams cower. But she was such a personality at the time, So that's what's come through there. Justin Bieber. I see Justin really working through a few things. I'm seeing him as I'm shuffling, like sitting down, either with a group of people or sitting down, speaking to someone. They're giving me the phrase substances, like speaking to someone like in therapy, so to speak, or with a group of people. Like, and I'm seeing, like he's brought out, is he going, sorry, something in my throat. There's something with throat. That's Hailey Bieber with him, like a wound, trying to heal a wound, trying to be there for him, trying to be understanding of him and what he's going through. I'm seeing Justin Bieber having his eye on the coin, or eye on the prize, or eye on money, and making money. Like he's released an album, but we haven't really heard anything from the album, have we? Is he going on tour as well? There is something like what's foremost about on his mind is generating money and being in a position to generate money again. However, intuitively, they're saying to me that you can't really generate money from music like that these days. So it's like there is something he has to do, which is he needs to be more creative with this magician energy at doing it, at generating money, so to speak. There is something about him mentally, and all messages are alleged, all messages in this reading on my channel are alleged until proven fact. But again, there's something about feeling tied down or not seeing something or not knowing where they're going and not trusting the people around them. They don't trust people around them, but at the same time, they don't trust themselves and they themselves don't have the answers. Okay, there's just something about that energy. But whatever this is that he is working through right now, there's something about him being successful, though. Whatever this is that he is working through, like there is some breakthrough or there's some accolade that he's going to have or something that he's going to announce that's going to be well received. And again, no one's really, like, people are going on. What I find interesting about these energies as we dip into these people, it's like for them it's business as usual. It's like it's nothing to see here. But having said that, we take that back. In every single energy, we see the high priestess coming up and using different decks, different subject matter. The high priestess keeps on coming up. People know. People of a certain level know. They know. They know. And he, Justin, also knows that if he's not careful, this could be him as well with that justice energy. They could come after him too. You don't think in your box we could come after you too. I didn't expect to see this in Justin's energy. There is something about Justin needing to get back in his box, or else he could have the same fate coming to him. And he, with the high priestess energy, he knows that. There, yeah, but Ten of Swords, the feeling of betrayal, the feeling of not knowing who to trust, being stabbed in the back is in his energy, in Justin's energy. And they're still trying to move forward. Okay. I know that I'm sure that there are other celebrities that I should do or that I could do, but I've been doing this for an hour and I need a break. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in future readings. Bye for now.